Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Warship Gunner 2. Last time we did another mission and we redesigned our carrier here, so we have the new hull, which is awesome. Yeah, and I laughed pretty hard when I saw, I think it was Anthony Dale left a comment, something along the lines of, he quoted me as saying, I don't want to make it too ridiculous, I say as I, immediately jumped to a tier 5 carrier hull that's based on it was built on the hull of a Yamato class battleship and has let's see, 4x6 of 24 10-inch guns, and God only knows how many 5-inch guns, and we could have made it a little more ridiculous, but we want to keep it, in the realm of possibility, right? Yeah, as if a carrier would ever be built like this. So, anyways, it was also pointed out to me that we have not named any ships yet. So, in honor of naming some people that have, I don't know if they're necessarily new to the channel, but they've definitely been very active in the comment section, leaving good comments, positive comments, and at the very least not like going after other people for their comments, which I appreciate. I know it sounds like a small thing, like, hey, people are being civil on the internet, but really, that's nice to see. That's really nice to see. So, in honor of that, we are going to name our aircraft carrier after one name that we have seen a lot in the comment section if you've been reading through, and in honor of our good friend to the channel, Sragan. Let's see. Let me make sure I spell this right. He also specifically pointed out that he would like to see more carrier gameplay, which is why I've decided that he would probably, I bet, like to have have his name on the carrier. So, Sragan, S-R-A-G-O-N, Sragan will be our carrier, and now we can, we'll start using the change hull function whenever we want to change what our carrier is going to be. So there we go, we have Sragan, the aircraft carrier, and we set up the loadout for this in the previous episode. Additionally, because we're also going to be using the cruiser a lot, I figure we'll go ahead and put the next name on the cruiser because, like I said, we're going to be trying to use the cruiser more often than I have in previous playthroughs, because every other time it's just like, build an awesome battleship, stick with the awesome battleship. So in an interest and an effort to change that way of playing the game, we're going to name the cruiser after another person who's been much more active in the comment section, and I appreciate it. This is going to be... I will probably not pronounce this correctly, but Thalia Amara. So Thalia and space. The spacing is weird in this game because you have to actually find a blank space and click it. Amara. Yeah, cool. So thank you to both of you and everybody else for all of your kind comments. Yeah, and if you're one of the people who doesn't necessarily leave comments, but you're wondering, well, I've seen more comments, and those people don't have their names on ships in this Let's Play. Well, people like Anthony Dale have been around for the channel for a long time, and they do have their names on ships in other Let's Plays. So I just think I want to even it out and make sure one person doesn't get like, extra attention, I guess. It's just, we're going to try and keep it fair around here. All that said and done, thank you again to all the commenters, but we are going to take out Sragan the aircraft carrier for this next mission here, because I like this mission, and I think we can do this reasonably well with the aircraft carrier. We also set it up for this at the end of last episode, so let's see how we do. Now, immediately, we're going to launch our planes, and including our scouts and stuff, and we're going to turn around. Why are we turning around? Well, because if you look back there it is, there's a secret base back there that we want, and I need to, there we go, get moving here. So what we're going to do is we're going to blow it up. Our planes are trying to blow it up too, but we're going to blow it up with our guns, and the helicopter should go straight forward as soon as they actually take off. There they go. They are already on their way. We have our Catalinas heading out to try and deal with the submarines that are in front of us, which you can see on sonar. But the friendlies are going to come through with a really incredible barrage of torpedoes and other anti-sub weapons. So this is always pretty impressive to see. But there's this huge group of submarines hanging out here, and you can see the friendlies. Okay, which ones? Oh, the Catalinas, I bet. But you can see the friendlies get pretty vicious with their torpedo attacks here, so that's pretty cool. I always thought it was neat to like see the idea of this mission is like to help the Allies retreat, but they do such a good job cutting through all these submarines, you almost don't have to help them. I mean, you do, because they stop firing torpedoes eventually, but yeah, they do such an amazing job at cutting through all of these submarines. So, anyways, now we have to go and engage. Well, it's a secondary objective, but we should go and engage the enemy ships. Hey guys, friendly carrier here. Don't mind me. I'm just sailing through the middle of all of you. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Ooh, parts crate. I'm gonna cut right in front of this Nelson, like I don't even care. Woohoo! Nice. All right, so. As I said, there are some aircraft, but I think our planes have already dealt with them, so they're really not a big issue. We're going to kill that. I wanted to target the Nelson, and I thought I was targeting the Nelson, but apparently I was not. But anyways, we're good. We're going to just keep going after the big ships here, because they have big guns that are scary. Cruisers actually seem to be, in terms of HP, a little bit tougher than the Nelsons. Now, I know in real life, the Nelson was similar to the Izumo class, the Japanese battleships, but the Izumo came after the the design of the Izumo came after the Nelson, and it was kind of based on the Nelson. And I know the Izumo did not have a ton of armor, or was not planned to have a ton of armor. It was a paper ship, as far as I'm aware. Oh, and there we go. We're done. Cool. But I don't know about the Nelson. I don't know how well armored the Nelson was. I know it had 16-inch guns, so it was well armed. I don't know about armor though. Honestly, I'm just really not sure. So, yes, it appears that Tsukuba's old friend Amagi, who actually saved us from internment in the Japanese port of Yokosuka earlier in the game, may have joined the Empire, so that is curious. That's why this is a Tsukuba-specific mission, because it has a lot, well, it has pretty much everything to do with his story, so. Thankfully, these battleships aren't too tough. Which is good news for me. I'm gonna fire another flare here. I don't know how much my bombers are really contributing, but I like to think that they're helping, so. These cruisers, though, they're surprisingly tough. And the waves are making my shells miss. But we're getting there. We're gonna fire off one of those. Look for crates that I want. Nope, no crates I want. Alright. Well, we are going to... Are there... No, there are not submarines on the other side. Oh, there's the enemy planes. You can see them finally taking off from the airfields there. Due to nightfall. Who... Which aircraft can't do nightfall? I don't know. I'm really not sure. I don't know which ships or which planes. It's not the S-237Js can handle it, and the Catalinas not do it. The Catalinas might not be able to do it. The helicopters can do like all weather conditions, as far as I'm aware. Oh yeah, here come the Catalinas, and the helicopters are still taking off. So yeah, it is the. Yeah. I guess it is the Catalinas then. All right. Well. Oh well. There's no submarines anymore, so I don't really need them. But they're in the same group as the helicopters, which means that Group B is going to stay airborne because the helicopters need to stay airborne. But if the Catalinas can't launch, it's not a problem right now. They were really just auxiliary to have some other sub-defense on the off chance I run out of anti-sub missiles, because until we can research more of those, that's all the ammo I'm going to get for those, so yeah. But I don't know why I like to strafe the shorelines and blow up absolutely everything. It's just kind of fun. These buildings and stuff do not count towards the destroyed percentage of the mission, but like I said, I just have fun blowing them all up. There is an airfield over there somewhere. There it is. There's also the side objective for destroying an airfield. And we got it. So, ta-da! There must be a couple of funds crates around, right? With all those planes that were there. I wasn't even looking. There's one. Go for it. Are there more? Negative. Okay. Where is that one again? It's over there. Oh, helicopter got it. Cool. All right, we're done then. Withdraw. There's like one building left, I think, but it won't contribute to anything significant. Actually, it won't contribute to the percentages at all, so don't care. that one gets to live. Woohoo! 100 and 100%. 31,000 funds. That's a little bit less than we've been getting. Supersonic, or is that subsonic? It's a capital S, so I'm going to assume it's supersonic. Underwater oxygen torpedo. Also, it's an oxygen torpedo, which usually means it goes faster. So, 100 cruisers destroyed. We got development plan for a salute gun. Woo! Oh, and then here's some important Tsukuba dialogue. If you want to slow this down and read it. It is a cool story. I like, out of all the stories in this game, the 3 different story paths, I like Tsukuba's the most. But yeah, Werner's I definitely remember the least of, and Brown I don't remember that much either. But it seems like every time I play this game, I try to get Tsukuba's path first, and then I play like the first, playthrough of the game, and that, to me, that's the most fun part, because you're still progressing, you're still unlocking stuff. But once you get to your second playthrough, and every playthrough after that, you have all of your end game stuff, and there isn't much more to go up from there. Like you just kind of that's it. You've got your end game stuff by the end of the first playthrough, and there's less. Well, there's not necessarily less progression because you don't have most of the parts, obviously, but it feels like there's less progression. By that point, it's pretty easy to have a high-level battleship, like almost the last battleship hull, or to have ludicrously big guns, or to have a really high-level auto-reload system, which is basically all you need to win the game, to win any battle in the game. So we're gonna skip all that R&D because there's a ton of it. But yeah, that just usually happens. I've spent the most time on Tsukuba's path compared to the others, and I've definitely spent the least time on Werner's path because he's the hardest playthrough, or has the hardest missions, I should say. So I am waiting until we get more facilities and stuff there, because that'll be great. There's a couple facilities specifically that I have in mind. I would love to fast research that, but that would be kind of expensive. Ooh, we need to start going down this way. Yes. For the salute gun, screw it. This we are going to speed up, because this will be important. We want the chaff grenades, which we're not going to speed up because that would be expensive, but the chaff grenades, well, they work exactly like chaff in real life. They divert to, they divert? What's the technically correct word? Distract, I guess? They distract incoming missiles, which is good. Anything that doesn't hit the ship is nice. So, okay, let's see. Launchers, we just looked at. Engines, yes, that's right. I said I wanted to go into engines more. Wow, we still can't get down there, huh? Alright, boiler 4, battleship, cruiser, and carrier. And since we have some more money, how are the helis looking? Okay, they're getting along. We have, well, we can get our S-12 Seeker now. That'll be good. Let me just confirm here. The Catalina cannot do night and cannot do heavy weather. Okay. Well, now we know. We have our one bomber that we like. We have our good interceptors, our good fighters. Systems. Oh, no, not really. The gravity shield would be great, but we just can't afford it. Engines we're done with for now. Structures done with for now. Hulls. Okay. Let's see how much it'll cost to get to the next cruiser hull. Oh man, we're almost there. If I'd come down here sooner, before I spent so much money, I could have got it. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. Alright, well, I still want to get down the carrier line, because eventually we're going to get to... So here's a good comparison, right? Japan Carrier 5 is pretty sweet. It's based on the Shinano, the real-life carrier that was actually built on the 3rd Yamato-class hull. 17,000 tons, not a bad loadout, and 19 planes. U.S. carrier, 19,000 tons, and 1 more plane. Also, it appears to be like an Enterprise-class hull, I assume. Let's see, I don't think, whoops. The Tier 4 one is not have an angled deck. No, so that's probably a World War II era Essex class deck, like before they added the angled deck. This is probably, this could be, it could be a lot of different things. I don't think it'd be Nimitz class, could be Forrestal, could be Enterprise. If I could see the bow, that would help me out, because the Enterprise had some very distinct, I don't know what the actual purpose of them were, but they looked like these kind of like tuning fork prongs, I guess, is what they always look like to me, that stick off the front of the flight deck, but I can't see it in that image there. And then this, if anything, this is most likely the Nimitz class hull. And in fact, yeah, based on the little, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on all of my terminology right now. The decks that are below the flight deck, roughly equal with where the hangar deck would be on the fore and aft end of the ship. Oh god, they kind of just look like balconies, I guess, to the common eye, and I'm totally blanking on all my terminology right now. There's a word, there's a name, and I can't think of it. Anyways, that's probably a Nimitz class hull right there. And you'll notice the only tier 6 hull, and tier 6 is the highest, the only tier 6 hull is a US hull, and it's awesome. 25 aircraft on that guy, but even comparing the tier 5 hulls, yeah, the US one definitely takes the cake there. So not by a huge margin, but by enough of a margin. But that's why it's hard to get. Anyways, done with that. Do we have time for another mission? We could probably make this one pretty quick here. Let's see. Let's go into our cruiser here, Thalia Amara. Please let me know if I'm pronouncing your name right or wrong, or like if I'm doing it wrong, do your best to give like a phonetic spelling so that I can try to figure it out. But all right, so we're gonna take off the old cannon because it's frankly it's not good. It's funny the first time, but after that it's just not good. We have, let's see, let's take a look real quick here, try to auto upgrade our systems and stuff. Yep, we got bigger CIWS now. We have better boilers. We have, okay, that's it. Cool. So we have the firing delay 6 and auto reload 4. Uh-oh, we're heavy. Uh-oh. Hang on here. If we go back, well, yeah, but if I did this, okay, here, let's try something. Before the upgrade, 41.2 knots. After the upgrade, we're going to have to sacrifice a boiler. 41.2, so we gained 1.2 knots, but if we have to sacrifice a boiler, if we have to sacrifice 2 boilers, we're much slower. So, yeah, we're better off actually just keeping the boiler 2s. This is what I was talking about before. I don't know if it was last episode or just in some previous episode, about how the boiler tier 2 has the best like output to weight ratio for quite a long time. I think if you actually do the math, it's like the output to weight ratio on the tier 2 boilers is like 19 or something, and for everything else it like doesn't tend to get above 14 or 15. It's usually closer to like 12 or 13. And I think that was just comparing the battleship boilers, right? So like, yeah, that'd be a 22, a ratio of 22 output to weight ratio, and you don't get anywhere close to that for the other ones. So yeah, that's the difference there. But you know what you're gonna do. See, that would be a ratio of what, 16, I think. So not bad, but not great. That one's really not all that good. But I don't know. 20, be 260 to 16. I'm not good enough at math to do that quickly in my head. You get the point. The efficiency goes down pretty drastically after boiler 3 or boiler 2. I mean, it comes back after a while, but it takes a lot of tiers to get there. Anyways, we don't have enough time to do this next mission because I rambled for too long, so I apologize for that. But we will do it in the next video, and we are going to try to do it with the cruiser. We may have to do it again with the battleship, because I don't know. This is going to be, if you know this game, you know what's next, and it's rough. So, we'll do that in the next video, but that'll do it for this one. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and as always, I hope to see you all in the next video.